Coach accidentally left out the best part, so might as well just put it right at the beginning here. So Coach is going to do the predictions for the wild card round. Now, of course, we have the Guardians ultimately beating the Tigers, but Coach is going to throw an interesting wrinkle in it. So, okay, there's 3 games. It's best of 3. First team to win 2 advances to the divisional round. Coach is going to give the Tigers game 1, and then the Guardians win game 2 and 3, not just because that's the most dramatic way to do it, but also the Guardians face the Tigers' ace pitcher in game 1. They've beaten the last 2 times. I feel like it's time for him to bounce back and put a little bit of fear in the Guardians for a second. Now, Padres, Cubs, Coach isn't calling it, honestly. Let it, I really don't even know. Let it be I'm actually staying away from that one and Reds, Dodgers. Coach doesn't know either one of those. But Red Sox, Yankees, and Tigers, Guardians, Coach says both of those send to 3 games. But instead of the Yankees losing game 1, they lose game 2. So Yankees win, lose, win, and they advance 2 out of 3 over the Red Sox. Guardians lose, win, win, and they advance 2 out of 3 over the Tigers. And like I said, we're going to stay away from the Padres and the Reds. There's got to be at least one upset. So the Jets couldn't quite complete the comeback on the Dolphins. They did outscore them by 8 points in the 4th, but it wasn't enough. So we thought that things would get even worse for the Dolphins after starting 0-3, because after their first loss, Mike McCarthy said things couldn't get any worse. Well, they didn't lose, but Tyreek Hill did go down to injury, so Coach is very curious to see how severe that is. So their luck might have taken a turn for the worse after all. If that's like a season-ending injury, I bet the Dolphins would have rather just lost the game than lost him. But we'll see. Time will tell. Now, as far as other interesting stuff, Coach noticed the Edmonton Eskimos baseball team in 1957 came in second in the Global World Series, which took place in Detroit. So Coach thought that was extremely odd and interesting. So there's that. Joseph Flacco threw his first interception of the last game to Kirby Joseph. So Joseph intercepting Joseph, thought that was interesting. Let's see. Rex Ryan's going out of his way to talk trash on Shador. Coach thinks that's interesting because Rex Ryan used to coach the Jets. His dad was coach for the Eagles. Of course, Eagles just won the Super Bowl. Bill Belichick hates the Jets. We think Belichick's going to be Shador's coach. So very interesting that he's popping up seemingly out of nowhere to ridicule Shador. Do we have anything else worth talking about? So this is what Coach has got to be working on. We got a big stack, all baseball, and we got to get at least half of them. Right? There's no excuse. We absolutely got to do catcher in the rye. Yankees index. Coach would typically let slide, but it actually looks like a surprisingly easy read for how thick it is. And we know we're going against them, so we want to know their numbers. The pitch that killed, absolute have to read immediately. That one and the Euchre book, no excuse. We got to know the curse of Rocky Colavito. We got to know Burying the Curse too. We want to know the making of Major League. Coach has to watch Major League 2 and 3. He's never seen the sequels. Got to watch both those. Coach wants to watch the League of Their Own series. And then we've got our team, right? That's about like, let's see. I think something to do with the Indians. Coach can't remember too well. Vec as in Rec, right? Owner of the Indians. Fireman, evolution of the closer, right? You know, we got Clase, hopefully winning it for the Guardians. Baseball, the movie. Coach doesn't say absolute must read, but might as well throw it in there. Hopefully we get to it. Indian Summer of 96. Definitely seems like a winner. Tribe Reborn, got to check that one out too, right? So in order, most like the ones we absolutely can't miss is Curse of Rocky Colavito, Catcher in the Rye, Pitch That Killed. Those are the top 3. Then Making of Major League, our team, Vec is in Rec would be next up, and then like the bottom 3, Tribe Reborn, Indian Summer of 96, Burying the Curse, and Fireman after that. So hopefully we bang them out. Coach is going to be hard at work on it. Might as well end this with a bang. So Coach did tell you that the Guardians clinched the playoffs with a walk-off hit by pitch with the bases loaded. But what I didn't tell you is in their extra innings comeback against the Rangers when they won 9-8, they hit a 3-run walk-off homer. Right, this is a team with like the worst slugging percentage ever. So when they need it the most, it comes through, and it comes through in unlikely ways. It's a guy who hasn't gotten a lot of play in the majors, right? Who came through.